Guys, I want you to watch this clip and I want to know what you guys think, because I genuinely don't know if people are intentionally misrepresenting him or if they actually just don't understand what he's saying. And so let's watch this clip because I need to know, guys. I think hopefully one of you guys know the truth, but let's watch.
Hello. So when you were talking about rape, I noticed you never defined rape, and I want to hear what your definition of rape is, because you never defined that.
Yeah, so I would say my definition of rape is you assaulting someone in a sexual manner without hold on, let me redefine that. You coming against someone in a sexual manner without their consent. That's what I would.
Oh, by the way, to give like some context, this guy, he's kind of doing like the whole Charlie Kirk, Steven Crowder thing. And he basically has a sign in front of this whole station that he set up at. And it says that rape is only wrong because of God. And so I just wanted to give that context before they have this conversation. But let's keep going.
I would say, like, across the board, whether it's sexual assault, whether it's rape, if you're not giving consent by that person, I would deem that as rape when it's
okay. So this is my thing. I'm confused because rape is wrong no matter what, but your thing is rape is only wrong because of God, because you're harming that person. A lot of times in rape cases, you're not doing that willingly. Your body will reject a dick if it's not accepting it. Your body will reject a vagina if it's not accepting it. So that's why it's wrong in general. Animals.
So can I ask you this? Do you think that all harm is wrong?
Yes, why would it not be wrong?
So if I go to my dentist, am I allowed to sue my dentist because they're harming me in my mouth when they try to fix my teeth? But that's harm. Okay, but I asked you, do you believe all harm is wrong, and you said yes. And I agree, that is a completely different harm, but you said that all harm is bad. So
well, that depends on what harm you're saying, because you're talking about a harm that you get in a medical sense. A medical sense, that makes sense, but you can also get a harm. There's such thing as medical malpractice and medical error where you can get a harm and you can sue the doctor for that. You can. There's been doctors who have hurt women, who have ignored their pain and have ignored things like that, and they have been sued by that. But it's completely different than your dentist, because we're not talking about in the sense of a dentist. We're talking about a sense in a random man, in a woman or another man, or a random woman and another man. That is a completely different sense.
So I would say that if you're appealing to harm being the reason why this is absolutely wrong, I would just say, and I know this might sound bad, but I just have to say it, the rapist doesn't feel harm. The rapist feels pleasure. And so now it's the harm that the woman or man is feeling compared to the pleasure that the man is feeling. And it's just like the question on the board still is, who's wrong and who's right? Because the man is feeling pleasure. Why?
Because he's doing it for selfish motives. There is no motive within her.
Why is that wrong?
Because it's wrong. You're being selfish. It's wrong. You're not caring about the other person.
Why is it wrong to be selfish? Why is it wrong to not care about a human being in this way?
Because you're harming another human being. Okay, here are my 3 rules. Are you harming yourself? Are you harming others? And are you harming the environment? And you are harming another human being. You're not caring for another human being. In an extreme sense, that will traumatize this human being forever, will hurt them for the rest of their life. And that is why rape is wrong. And I don't understand why we're arguing about this if we both agree that rape is wrong.
We have worth and value as human beings.
Yes, we do.
Where does that worth and value come from? Because if there is no God, we're just a collection of matter and chemicals, matter and energy.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you're rage baiting us by saying rape is wrong only because of God, because we as you are, because honey.
I want you to think, like, do you believe that there's a God?
Yes, I believe in God. I'm not a freaking idiot.
And that's what I'm saying. For people who don't believe that there's a God, the logical conclusion is that, okay, we are just made up of matter and energy. We're a cosmic accident. So we really don't have meaning or value or worth without a God assigning that to us. Because if there is no God, we're a cosmic accident. So what if somebody goes rape somebody? We're a cosmic accident.
That's not, because we're humans and we have feelings.
Okay, I'm gonna finish the clip, but I don't know if you see this woman in the back, and her mouth is agape. And when I saw this clip on my phone, I'm like, no, because, okay, so here's the thing. Are people incapable of understanding stuff? Like, is this actually like an IQ issue? Because clearly he doesn't support rape, but he's making the point that without God, there is no objective morality. Humans have no intrinsic value. And then you can just say, hey, I mean, who cares what we do to that person? We're all just a clump of cells. We're all just stardust, whatever. Like, that's his point. But these people are reacting as if he literally believes that rape is okay, which is like, I don't know, like, what is that? Like, chat, that's what I really want to know. Do you guys think his argument is valid? Does anyone actually here believe that he thinks rape is okay? Like, let me know, guys, because this is something that bothers me, because I have similar conversations where I talk about morality, I talk about God, and I'll come across people like her in the back. No offense to her, but like, her mouth is open. People are like, what? Her mouth open. And I genuinely, for me, I just believe that they're intentionally misrepresenting me, because that's the only thing. Because that's better to believe that they're just being bad faith, rather than believe like, oh, they're actually intellectually incapable, because that's like kind of a sad realization to come to, you know. And so I don't know. Let me know, chat. Let me know. But let's finish the clip.
And we have
Why
emotion.
does human have value? Cosmic accident.
That's not because we're humans and we have feelings and we have
Why
emotion.
does human have value though?
Because that's just the way that we are. We are these amazing creatures that get to have that.
I agree that we're amazing. I'll tell you this. I believe that we as human beings have worth and value on our lives because we were created. We're the only thing in all of creation created after God. We are created in His image with an inherent worth and value and dignity on our lives that we are to respect. And so when somebody who rapes a man or a woman does that against them, it is absolutely wrong, because they are now crossing over the boundaries of not respecting the worth and value that that human being has, that God gave them because they bear His image. That's why I believe that we have worth and value. God gave it to us, but without God, we're a cosmic accident. It shouldn't matter what we do to one another. It may hurt us, it may feel bad in our gut, but we can't point to an objective standard to say this is objectively wrong.
But you need God to point to you that rape is wrong. You can't just sit there. So you're telling me if God, let's say we never discovered God. We never discovered these things. This never happened. Like, we just as a society never did it. You think then that rape is okay?
Are you
I'm
asking,
confused by
well, you
that
said
question.
if we never discover God, are you presupposing that there is a God but we just haven't met Him yet, or that God is just not real at all?
I don't know. Let's go with the other thing. God is not real at all.
Okay.
I know that's hard for you as a Christian, but he just doesn't exist. You know, we never created religion. We never did anything of that. We all base it off of sciencely. Would rape still be wrong to you?
I would say that rape would only be subjectively wrong.
That doesn't make any sense, because, like I said, you're still harming that person's still feeling and emotion. And as somebody who is not very religious, and I still, to this day, I don't understand what you mean by this. This is why it's confusing, because now you're saying it's subjectively wrong. So is it wrong or is it not wrong? So
No,
I'm sorry, and I don't want to be rude. But like, this is crazy. But I hope this video serves two purposes. I do want to understand whether or not like some people are actually just not capable of understanding certain things, because that would change how I talk to some people, right? So I want to understand that, and then I also hope that some of you guys actually hear him out, because I think just logically he makes more sense, right? But here's what I want to say just to close it out, because I think they're probably done talking. We've heard enough. But what I do want to say though, I did see a comment where someone was like, okay, yeah, sure, humans have value, but does that mean that humans can have sex with animals because animals don't have that same value? Well, actually, no, because God still says that having sex with animals is wrong. But if you're atheist, ultimately you can justify anything. Like that's his point. If you're an atheist, you can start intellectualizing and justifying any behavior. Like, literally. That's why atheists, there's atheists who are like, intellectually and understandingly, and they justify child sacrifice through abortion, but they're so intellectual, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, without God, the moral arbiter, there is no objective wrong, and that's what he was saying. And so yeah, bro, this was a good video. I like this guy's stuff. He's doing good, bro, because there's been a couple people who've been trying to like take Charlie Kirk's spot, and some of them are pretty good, but then some of them, they don't have the Christian aspect to it, the Christian component, and it's like, that's kind of the whole point, you know. But I like this guy because he's Christian. And so yeah, that's pretty much all. Thank you for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, watch my other videos. Bye.